Ship Wars. Everyone's favorite moment of the internet. So today, I want to talk about ship wars within the community. Now, ship wars have been a thing since the dawn of fandom existence. I mean, we've had ship wars in the furry community. We've had ship wars in Harry Potter. We've had ship wars in My Little Pony. All kinds of fandoms have had ship wars. We even have them in Bluey now, for goodness sake. Okay, so what about us? Yes, we have ship wars too. Believe it or not, Twitter is full of these things, and it is absolutely horrendous. So sometimes, even on the Paw Patrol fandom wiki, we have ship wars galore in the wiki. I know I've seen the wiki blow up with these ship wars. Sometimes these ship wars would get exceedingly toxic. So, first of all, what is a ship war? To those of you that don't know what a ship war is, a ship war is where someone states what their favorite ship is, and within the community, and it gets debunked in a very, very toxic manner. Okay, so we're talking debunked as in like brought down to the toilet. So what I mean by this is, let's say somebody were to ship, Marshall and Everest together, and they're super, super adamant on them being together. It's basically like a fan service that can turn toxic at any given point in time. So let's say, this is just an example, let's say I made a post on Twitter choosing Marshall and Everest to be together, said I like the idea of the ship, I like this, I like that, and someone decides to debunk it. No, I want Marshall and Chase together, or no, I want Marshall and Rocky together, or no, I want this and that. That's what a ship war is. At least that's a very weak example, but that's just an example of what one is. It's basically saying that two characters don't deserve each other when you believe they do. And that's basically the whole theology of a ship war. It's like the same thing would go with Chase and Sky. The Chase and Sky is another popular example. And yet you got people saying that these other rare ships need to go together, like Chase and Rocky, Chase and Rubble, Chase and Marshall, or Chase and Everest. Chase and Everest is a very rare one. I think I've seen that only twice, but it's the whole mindset is you support two characters being in a fun little romantic relationship or what have you, right? And that idea gets debunked. Okay, now another popular one I'm gonna bring up is Rocky and Zuma. Rocky and Zuma are a very, very popular one by choice. I mean, come on. I mean, you got to have at least one LGBTQ couple in the mix, right? So we have, let's say we have Rocky and Zuma in the mix, and next thing we know, someone wants to do Rocky and Liberty, or Zuma and Sky, or what have you. It's basically people defending the ever-living crap out of their ships. That's basically what a ship war is, and it's absolutely insane. Sometimes these ship wars go to the point of, so I've heard, death threats. Okay, I don't know why I'm laughing, that's not funny, but some people on Twitter go as far as death threats over these ship wars, and that's a prime example of what makes a community toxic, because it's like, I'm not saying we're toxic on purpose, I'm just saying sometimes sometimes the fandom gets a little bit out of hand, sometimes we say things we don't need to say. Sometimes we get to the point where, we get so butthurt over something that we decide we're going to tear each other down just because we don't like something, and in my personal opinion, Paw Patrol Twitter is the worst place to be, in my opinion. I mean, there's some nice people there. Like, I know I absolutely love and adore posts from Tipsy. It's just, I noticed when it comes to the ship wars get really, really, really bad. Okay, so sometimes, like I said, there are some people that would go as far as death threats, because they're like, oh yeah, I'm anonymous, I can't be found, right? It's just reality. I mean, I could obviously be found. I mean, you could take a screenshot of my face and put me through Google Lens, and you can find my entire horrid history. Okay, but what I'm saying is, ship wars, they start off small, and then they become a very, very ugly thing, very, very, very fast. So, regardless, there's going to be people that are going to engage in things like this. And now I haven't seen much of it nowadays, but I know in the very beginning when Paw Patrol first started in, I think it was 2012. I think once we got down to the second season, things really, 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 really started to ramp up with these ship wars, and the ship wars ended up getting out of hand. So, it's crazy, what the internet is capable of doing in today's society. So that's it for today's video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and peace out. I'll see you next time.